we're going to do our core and pelvic floor exercises. So if you have diastasis recti, which is the abdominal separation after having a baby, these exercises are perfect. But even if you haven't got that, make sure you do these. It will help strengthen your core, strengthen your pelvic floor, and just generally help with any lower back pain or any sort of weakness you have around those areas. So first of all, we are going to start laying on our back. Pop your hands just at the bottom of your rib cage. You're going to take a deep breath in and fill that diaphragm. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. One more deep breath in and breathe out. Okay, this time we're going to do some pelvic floor contractions with the breath work. So you're going to take a deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, I want you to really squeeze the pelvic floor, pulling everything in and up. And then breathe in and relax the pelvic floor. Breathe out and squeeze. Breathe in. And breathe out and squeeze. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more, breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, what we're going to do now is try and do a little bit of a hip tilt. So I want you to breathe in and just arch your lower back so your lower back comes off the floor. As you breathe out, we're going to squeeze the pelvic floor and then tilt the hips under so the lower back is on the floor as we breathe out. Breathe in, tilt the hips and relax. Breathe out, tilt the hips and squeeze the pelvic floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again, relax the pelvic floor, tilt the hips. And breathe out. Tilt the hips under and squeeze the pelvic floor. One more, breathe in, relax. Squeeze the pelvic floor and tilt the hips under as you breathe out. Okay, so from here, we're now going to do some single leg heel slides. So just pop your hands on your hips or like where your womb is. And you're going to slide out. And then slide back in, breathe out. Squeeze the pelvic floor, remember, as you breathe out. Breathe in and slide. Breathe out. Breathe in as your heel slides out. Breathe out as it comes back in. Breathe in, slide your heel out. Keep alternating as well. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. We're going to do one more on each side. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay. Lift the knees off the floor, or the feet off the floor, sorry. And then from here, you can have your hands under your bottom just for a little bit extra support, or you can just leave them by your side or up. It's entirely up to you. We're now going to lower one leg so that the toe touches the floor and then back up. Keep a 90-degree bend at your hips and knees. I'm going to put my arms down so you can see me from the camera angle. So tap. Breathe in as your leg goes down and breathe out as you come back up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Keep doing these nice and controlled. Good, we're going to do one more on each side. Okay, place both feet back on the floor. Keep those hips tilted under so that your lower back is touching the floor. Relaxing the arms by your side. And then we're going to go into that glute bridge. So keep your feet flat on the floor. I want you to lift those hips up, breathe out. Squeeze the pelvic floor. And then breathe in as you come down and relax. Breathe out. Breathe in as you come back down. Breathe out on the way up. And breathe in. Really focus on what that pelvic floor is doing. So squeeze as we take those hips up towards the ceiling. And back down. And again, squeeze, breathe out. Breathe in and come back down. And again. Always remember to keep those hips tilted under so that you're not pushing through the belly button. You want to think about getting vertebrae, tailbone, bottom of your vertebrae up towards the ceiling rather than pushing through your tummy. One more go. And I want you to stay here. So now lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Shuffle your feet a little bit closer together. And we're going to do an alternate knee lift. Try and keep the weight on the shoulder blades spread across evenly as you do this. You might tend to find that as you lift from one leg to the other, your weight shifts from one side to the other, but we don't want that. We want to try and keep the weight spread evenly. Good, keep going. So we're going to bring in an arm movement. So hands come together, reach over your head. And then we're going to bring in and out. Bring in and out. Bring in. If you struggle doing this one, just go back to doing some nice controlled glute bridges. And relax there. I don't know how much of that you could hear with the microphone being right up to my throat. Okay, so from here we're going to roll over onto our hands and knees. If you have got diastasis recti, try and sit up the way I've just come up to hands and knees so that you're not putting too much strain as you roll to sit up. So we're going to do our bird dog. So hands and knees. You want you want hands underneath your shoulders. You want your knees underneath your hips and your knees hip width apart. So we're going to extend the left leg and the right arm. Really focus on just keeping a nice straight line, stretching towards the front of you and backwards, not hyperextending up and then back in. And really try and pull that belly button to your spine. Now change arm and leg and back in. And change. Got to make sure that that tummy is pulled in all the time. You will not feel these exercises like you do when you do crunches. One more on each side. But when we're talking about like healing and rehabilitation, you don't need to feel the burning of doing loads and loads of crunches. Okay, so from here, again, I want you to pull that tummy in, belly button to spine. I want you to tuck the toes, and we're going to lift the knees a few inches off the floor and try and keep that tabletop position. And we're just going to hold it there. And back down. A little rock if you're feeling that in your shoulders. And go again. So tummy pulled in, tighten everything up and lift the knees a few inches off the floor. And relax. One more. Tummy pulled in, back nice and flat. Lift the knees off the floor. Hold for as long as you can. And relax there. Just push your bottom back, stretch your shoulders out. And a big stretch, deep breath in. And relax there. Brilliant, well done. So if you can keep doing that every single day or every other day, you're going to notice such a difference with how much stronger your core is, how much stronger your pelvic floor is, and then we can start progressing onto more difficult ones. See you in the next one.